Good afternoon, and welcome to the 29th Eagan High School Commencement Ceremony. I'm Dr. Polly Rykowski, principal of Eagan High School, and on behalf of the entire Eagan High School faculty, staff, and community, I welcome each of you to this celebration. Ladies and gentlemen, will you rise? Gentlemen, remove your hats for the national anthem. We dedicate the anthem today to our graduates who are serving our country now or will soon be serving in the military. Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Thank you, Mr. Benson and the Eagan High School Wind Ensemble. Also, thank you for sharing the beautiful music pre-ceremony this afternoon. On stage for our ceremony, we welcome Ms. Mary Krieger, Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Mark Parr, Director of Secondary Education. Also with us today are three members of our school board, Ms. Jackie Magnuson, our chairperson, Mr. Joel Albright, vice chairperson, and Mr. Craig Engrenson, director. We're very honored to have them with us here today. We also want to welcome the Eagan Middle School principals who are with us. We'll ask them to stand. They're up here in the bleachers. Mr. Richard Wendorf from Blackhawk Middle School. And Dr. Trevor Johnson, Dakota Hills Middle School. Thank you for being here. Also joining us are two elementary education school principals from Eagan, Mr. Jeremy Sorensen from Deerwood Elementary, and Ms. Lisa Carlson from Woodland Elementary. Thank you all and your faculty members for your dedication and involvement in our graduates' educations. You have been instrumental in preparing these young men and women for today. Our graduates, their families and friends, all of the school officials who are here, our teachers and staff, have all arrived here today with one purpose: to honor the accomplishments of the members of this graduating class. This class of 2019 has members who have each traveled their own path to this moment. Learning and opportunities have been a part of the journey. They have experienced successes and challenges, joys and sorrows. We have shared in those years of growth and learning, our involvement in your lives, whether as parents, guardians, family members, mentors, siblings, friends, teachers, counselors, coaches, or principals, have helped to shape you and your view of the world. We have treasured our chance to be with you and support you in this journey. Now we are ready to celebrate this moment, your high school graduation. We are also ready to support you in those next steps into your future. It is our hope that you follow your dreams, give back to the world and those you share it with, and most of all, live with passion. Thank you, members of the class of 2019, for sharing these years with all of us. We honor you today and thank you for being positive leaders in our school and community. Today's celebration has been planned by the graduates with the help of their elected student government. The time, the place, the apparel, the honors, the speakers, and the music. They have voted to make this ceremony a short one and a formal one. The senior class officers, senators, and representatives worked diligently to make this and other senior end-of-the-year events memorable. Thank you, student government seniors, for serving as our leaders. Now I will ask the members of our graduating class to offer your applause in gratitude to your parents, guardians, and family members for all they have done to help you arrive at this milestone. Thank you. Through the efforts of our senior class parents, the culmination of today's graduation will be an all-night party. Thank you for making the event fun and a very safe celebration for our graduates. Once again this year, we are joined by relatives and friends of the graduates watching this ceremony web-streamed live on cable TV, as well as on the big screen in the auditorium at Eagan High School. We extend a warm welcome to everyone. For those who wish to revisit this afternoon's event, a professionally edited video of the entire ceremony will be played throughout the summer on our local channel, ETV. We ask today that our guests please do not leave their seats for photographs. 2 professional still photos of each graduate are being taken, one as they wait to arrive at their podium and another upon crossing the stage. Photos will be online for viewing at events.lifetouch.com in a few days. Complimentary proofs will be emailed to our graduates. Take a moment with me now and review the graduation program. Those graduates selected as recipients of Eagan Foundation scholarships are shown on page 3. Since 1991, the Eagan Foundation has awarded over $1.7 million in scholarships to nearly 1,900 seniors. This year, 116 seniors of the class of 2019 have received over $136,000. Thank you for your continued support of the Eagan Foundation in our community. In addition, many other awards and scholarships have been offered to the members of this graduating class. Those scholarships and awards from our school and local community are listed in the program on page 4. Over $25 million in scholarships were offered by colleges, universities, as well as businesses and civic organizations throughout our nation to this year's graduates. Congratulations, seniors, on your many accomplishments. Joining the graduating class today are 64 members of the Eagan High School faculty. As a faculty, we were invited to continue the tradition at Eagan of engaging with pride in the celebration of our students' achievements. Faculty members, will you please rise to be recognized? Thank you from all of us to you for your dedication to these young men and women. At this time, Board Chairperson Jackie Magnuson will deliver a message of congratulations and welcome. Jackie?
On behalf of the Board of Education, District 196, and the Eagan High School family, welcome. Graduates, congratulations. We are honored to stand with you today and celebrate your achievement. Our community can provide opportunities for you, but you're the one that has to take those opportunities and make them your successes. Congratulations and best of wishes to you.
Yeah. Thank you, Chairperson Magnuson. We have a tradition at Eagan High School of awarding a Cats Who Care award to adults who make a difference in our students and communities' lives. On behalf of our entire school and community, we are celebrating Dr. Mark Parr's many years of service as the Director of Secondary Education in our schools, and we're going to give him today a Cats Who Care award. Dr. Parr will retire later this summer. He has served with such dedication and excellence and made such a difference in all of our lives. Ms. Sarah Schuler and Ms. Keely Turney are co-presidents of the senior class. They will now come forward to present the senior class gift to Eagan High School. Hi, ladies. Just talking to the mic, you'll be fine.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah Schuler.
And I am Keely Tierney. As members of the graduating class, we have had the honor to serve as student body presidents for the 2018-2019 school year. Today, we will be presenting the senior class gift on behalf of the class of 2019.
The senior gift is the class of 2019's opportunity to leave a lasting legacy and give back to the Wildcat community that has given us so much.
The senior class will be donating a Wildcat logo mural featuring the eyes of the Wildcat. The mural will be hung on the far side of the lunchroom on the wall above the windows. The eyes of the Wildcat will overlook students studying, talking, laughing, and coming together. Not only will the final product serve to uplift the space, but it will leave a lasting legacy, symbolizing the positive impact of the class of 2019.
Today is our last day as Eagan High School students, and as we leave and prepare for our future, let us take this opportunity to be grateful for everything this school has done for us and to support future generations of students. We hope that as time passes, the eyes of the Wildcat endure, just like the memories we have made here at EHS.
We would like to thank Mr. Kovac, Dr. Rykowski, and Dr. Hedlund for supporting the senior class and making this opportunity possible. The completion of the mural will be taking place shortly, and in the fall of 2019, it will inspire, empower, and promote the spirit of Eagan High School. We hope the mural becomes rooted in the memories of the school and helps to enhance the Wildcat experience for future students. Thank you.
Nicely done. Very nicely written. Thank you, Sarah and Keely, and all the members of the class. As principal of Eagan High School, it is my distinct pleasure to recognize the achievements of the class of 2019. The members of this class have earned many honors. Our 7 valedictorians, along with the 6th, 8th, and 9th place seniors, had the honor of leading the processional for their class today. They are all listed on page 3 of your program, and they're wearing white stoles as members of the top 13. Our valedictorians are also wearing honor medallions. Presidential scholars, the top 10% of this graduating class, are wearing gold cords. Honors graduates are wearing silver cords. Our National Merit Scholars and Advanced Placement Scholars are also indicated in your program. Honors organizations including the National Honor Society, National Forensic League, National Art Honor Society, and the National Business Honor Society are all wearing cords as indicated on page 3. Avid graduates and American Indian education graduates are also wearing academic cords and stoles. Please review your program details for these many honored students. Congratulations to all of our honorees, and congrats on your achievements as a class. Our graduate seating order is unique to Eagan High School. We assign seats in an alternative pattern of blue and green. Therefore, when the diplomas are awarded, the students will not be in alphabetical order as they walk across the stage. We do request that in our exuberance to celebrate with them, we are careful not to drown out the names of the students. So please help us make sure that all names can be heard. At this time, it is my pleasure to welcome our faculty speaker, chosen by these graduates. Ms. Joni Anker, speech and English teacher, as well as mentor program coordinator, will present the faculty message in this ceremony. Joni, you can make your way up here, please. Ms. Anker has also been our head speech coach and has been at Eagan High School for 30 years. Yes, she was here for the year of freshmen only. She has been a teacher, coach, and activities director in our school district for 42 years. I welcome her to the stage for her message entitled, Will They Tell Your Story? Hi, Joan. There's water right under there.
Thank you. Oh, here we are. Welcome, members of the school board, Eagan administration, faculty, parents, friends, family, and of course, the class of 2019. You did it! Let's make some noise! I am so honored to be your faculty speaker. And how wonderful that we are outside. All three of my kids graduated from Eagan High School, and they were all outside. We have not been outside since 2012. So you got the weather ordered right. This is beautiful. This is my first time speaking at a graduation ceremony. And my purpose is to inspire, motivate, and give you profound wisdom. Oofta, like my grandma used to say. That's a tall order. But the reason I appreciate this opportunity so much is that today you and I share a storyline. You are graduating after 13 years in school, and I am retiring after 42 years in District 196. Several years ago, I sat where you are now at my graduation from Minnetonka High School, 1972. The world was in turmoil. The leading news stories were the terrorist attack on the Munich Olympics and the biggest political scandal known as Watergate. Protests and dissatisfaction characterized communities, but there was hope for change. Fast forward to 2019, same story, different characters. The world will always have problems, but there will always be hope for the future, and that is the universal storyline. Last week, I had the opportunity to be the guest storyteller for my daughter's third grade class at Deerwood Elementary. They were wild. Third graders, rowdy and rambunctious, settled down so quickly and listened intently as I read The Stinky Cheese Man. My voices weren't as good as Claire's, though. We laughed, but most importantly, we connected. As an English teacher, speech coach, and theater fan, stories have been a key part of my life. Stories can inspire us, enlighten us, and heal us. So today, I encourage you to see your life as a story. It is the most important story you will ever write. So, let me offer some advice, because I'm old, and this is a graduation speech, so I get to pretend I know something. First, tell your story to other people. Soon you will venture out to life after high school, and you're going to meet new people. What is your story? Tell them. I've heard many of the stories of this graduation class, and some of them are just incredibly inspiring. You've been through so much already. Sharing your story creates a connection with another person. And if you find at any point that you are struggling, telling your story can be beneficial. Putting into words everything you are feeling and experiencing helps you cope. We've seen this with the Me Too movement. women and men telling their stories to heal from trauma. Second, listen to other people's stories. Today, we rarely give each other the kind of focus and attention to really listen. But this world would be a more compassionate place if we took the time. Everyone has a story. And we may not always agree with the attitudes or the opinions in a person's story, but listen anyway. And listen to your parents' stories and the rich and wonderful stories of your grandparents. Stories like these give us a sense of identity and a sense of belonging. Third, don't write another person's story. Too often we meet a person or we see someone on the street, and because of our own prejudice, we make a judgment, we write their story. I know this has happened to many of you, but these false narratives dismiss the life experiences of another person. Fourth, don't let anyone else write your story. Your life is your story. Your story is your life. The world is full of people who want to write your story. Teachers, parents, politicians, the media, friends, enemies. Don't let them. The media writes a narrative of your generation as cynical, lazy, spoiled technoholics. I don't see that story at all. I think the class of 2019 is one of the kindest, most open-minded, intelligent, and driven classes that I've worked with in my years of teaching. You are amazing. I really still struggle with the language you use. Drip, salty, goat. In my day, a drip was a person who was boring. You didn't want to hang around them. Now it means a blingy outfit. Okay. In my day, salty meant salty, like too much salt. Now it means bitterness. And goat was a goat, bah! Now it means greatest of all times. I kind of get that last one as an English teacher because it's an acronym. But I digress. Fifth, write your own story with yourself as the hero. In 1989, we first met to create Eagan High School. And over months of planning, we wrote Eagan's story, a school that focused on academics, athletics, and the arts, a school focused on technology with the human touch. And if the stories of our alumni tell us anything, I think we have succeeded. Our alumni have gone on to be Olympic athletes, Broadway stars, neurosurgeons, teachers, small business owners, and valuable employees, just to name a few. Today, we need more positive heroes. We need you. We need your creativity, your intelligence, your problem-solving skills to fix a broken world. Greta Thunberg from Sweden at 16 has already made an impact on the issue of climate change with her Friday schoolwork strikes for the planet. The students, the survivors of the school shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas in Florida, founded an advocacy group, Never Again, and they continue to speak out and lobby for action on gun violence. It is time for you to write your story. Write a story that is empowering, passionate, and true to yourself. It won't be a story without conflict. Every good story has conflict. Expect obstacles and failure, but power through anyway. And if at any point you are not happy with your story, rewrite the narrative. Stephanie Germanata rewrote her story. In the first story, she lived in a lower-class family, was teased for being weird, and considered herself a misfit. Her college friends created a Facebook page, "You Will Never Be Famous." She did a total rewrite of her story to become one of the best-selling music artists in history. Yes, Lady Gaga drove her own narrative, and people are still retelling her story. Our future follows the story we write. The future is unknown for both of us. I've spent 42 years as a teacher and coach. What is my next story? I don't know. But I know I have to write one, and so do you. Scary? Maybe, but also really exciting and full of possibility. I leave you with this question from my favorite musical, Hamilton. Will they tell your story? Well, that depends on how well you write it. So, class of 2019, start writing. We believe in you. Congratulations. Peace out. Oh, good. Oh, thank you. Oh, look at them standing up. Oh, my God.
Congratulations. What a wonderful message and such an important lesson, too. We want to congratulate our retiring faculty members, as we just did Joni, and so I'll ask 3 more to stand who are retiring this year. Mr. Randy Schaefer, vocal music director and teacher. Miss Sylvie Deo, French and Spanish teacher and club advisor. And Miss Katie Carthy, English teacher, reading teacher, department chair. When you add up the years of service to Eagan High School of those 4 people, including Joni, it equals 93 years. I'd say that's dedication. We thank them very much. Will our concert choir and wind ensemble members please make their way to their positions? Each year, our wind ensemble and concert choir choose to perform together for this ceremony. This year, under the direction of Mr. Brett Benson and Mr. Randy Schaefer, they have chosen to perform "You Raise Me Up." The lyrics are printed on page 4 of your program. In addition, the concert choir has chosen to perform "If Music Be the Food of Love." The choir is conducted by Mr. Randy Schaefer, EHS vocal music instructor, and accompanied by Miss Nicole Marshall. The lyrics for both of these songs are printed on page 4 of your programs.
Music be the Music be the food of love. Sing on, sing on, sing on till I am filled with joy. Sing on, sing on, sing on.
Thank you very much, Mr. Schaefer, Mr. Benson, Ms. Marshall, our wind ensemble students, and our concert choir. Beautiful music. Thank you. As their student speaker, Mr. Jason Scheller represents the class of 2019. He auditioned and was selected for this privilege. His speech is entitled, "Just Around the Corner," which I understand is reflected in some history for these kids. Someone told me what that's about. Very clever. Cute. Jason, the podium is yours. Come on up and entertain us. There's water down here if you need it, okay? All right.
Thank you to the GOAT, Dr. Rykowski. Eagan High School, friends, family, teachers, staff, thank you so much for the many hours that you have invested into this group of students. A shout out to all the amazing teachers and staff retiring this year. Officer Marshall, Miss Carthy, Mr. Schaefer, the wonderful Mrs. Anker, and of course, the kindest person in the world, my pause teacher, Mrs. Deo. A shout out to a special guest we have with us today, District 196 Superintendent Mary Krieger. Thank you for giving us 6 snow days this year. Your approval rating is through the roof among this group of seniors. Finally, to the smartest, classiest, and of course, most attractive cohort of students in Eagan's history, the class of 2019. Success is just around the corner. And to understand why, you first need to understand this. Now, fair warning and spoiler alert. This isn't going to be a speech where I solve this in front of you and tell you that you too can solve all the complexities of life. No. In order to understand this, we first need to go back 1,363 days ago to our first day of high school. Some of you may recall seeing a 4'10" version of myself head to shoulder amongst you as we ran underneath the towering arms of the link leaders. I remember being spit out of the gauntlet, only to be standing disoriented and lost as Mr. Becker commanded me to hold hands with strangers. From there, we all went on our various paths. Some of us went on to become state champions, whether it be girls soccer, girls volleyball, robotics, the one-act play, and even speech and debate. Others of us worked for the first time, traveled the globe with our classmates, met lifelong friends, discovered our passions, or had our first kiss. However, one thing that no one experienced this year was winning a football game. Sorry. I would define our generation with one word: weird. And no, I'm not just talking about homecoming freshman year, we're just weird. Parents like to call us millennials, researchers like to call us Gen Z, and we like to call each other for answers to homework. The class of 2019 has transitioned from pencil and paper to Schoology and iPads. We have moved from Campus Portal to Synergy and back to Campus Portal. And guess what? We even get to fully utilize this new and innovative technology on the handful of days the school Wi-Fi is working. All of this made for a very confusing time, but all of us here today figured it out. But today we are graduating, and we are entering into a sort of world as the in-betweeners, those in the middle of 2 generations, those coming of age in the midst of a technological revolution, but also those who are entering into an ever more confusing world. As we move forward, our future is defined by information, more than any of us can process. We are not only segued into the world of never-ending Twitter feeds and limitless Snapchat stories, but also a world with thousands of paths and directions that we can follow in our lives. We are overtly aware of the success of others, the social lives of our peers, and that one person we know who gets Starbucks every single day, Ashley. The sad part is, this could describe multiple Ashleys. We are faced with a million little choices in our academic lives that are supposed to aggregate into this one big thing called a career that is supposed to be the centerpiece of this fantastic life story that is supposed to leave us fulfilled and happy in equal parts. When you combine being bombarded with near infinite information and the freedom to choose between a near infinite number of routes, you end up with a climate that makes it, honestly, really hard to choose a path and commit to it, to ignore what everyone else is doing, to hear your own voice amongst the crowd. It's this overwhelming environment that we've had to deal with that has broken us up into three distinct groups. First is those who know what they want to do and are actually going to do it. Data shows that this would equate to roughly you three sitting up front. Second is those who think they know what they want to do, but actually don't at all. I'd say it's about that chunk of students there. And the rest of you fit into the third category, those who simply have no idea what they want to do. But don't worry, I committed to my college the day before the deadline. Sorry, Mom. There were many moments in high school when I didn't know where I was going, where I was headed, or even the meaning of the tasks I was completing. Helping ease the burden of getting through it all were my three close friends, Quizlet, Slater, and Harvard acceptee Kevin Huang. But even with their support, I still struggled to find the path that I was on that had no clear end in sight. Amidst all this chaos, and a decision tree so vastly intertwined that we couldn't possibly wrap our minds around it, I may be young, but I know one thing. There's no one answer, no one path to a life worth living. Essentially, you don't need to know exactly where you're headed to get where you want to be. Even though, like this cube, our lives have thousands of different paths that we can follow, it's important to remember that even though it seems so complicated, any cube from any point can be solved in just 20 moves. So, what's the move? The only way to improve your skills, to get in shape, to attain a body of knowledge, is to make the decision, a promise to yourself, that you will do what a courageous person does. Live life as it presents itself one turn at a time. And just because those around you may appear like they have it all figured out, you don't have to pretend. It's okay if you can't see the end in sight or you don't know exactly what you're doing. 4 years ago, we took our first steps into Eagan High School with no clue what was in store for us, and today we will be leaving it for the last time ever. As we take the next step in our lives, we will be faced with a new set of life-altering decisions that at times will be disorienting, scary, and confusing. In these moments, it may seem like there is no clear path forward, but the only thing we can do is forge ahead. Life isn't some abstract grand narrative, it's lived by each of us one day and one step at a time. If you meet the tiny challenges of life head-on, with a determined mindset and acceptance, someday you will end up where you were meant to be. Just make the first turn. Thank you.
Jason. Thank you, Jason. That was wonderful. Thanks for the message. And I know that you can do that cube in 20 moves. I've just never learned what those 20 moves are. Would the members of the class of 2019 please rise? Please allow me to present the class of 2019 to you, parents, guardians, family, school district officials, and special guests. These young men and women have distinguished themselves by their outstanding performance, by their caring attitudes towards one another and their community, and by their unwavering willingness to rise to many challenges. We have come to respect them and enjoy being with them. We celebrate their success and look forward to their next steps. They have earned the right to be recognized at our ceremony today. Accordingly, on behalf of the faculty of Eagan High School, many of whom are present at the ceremony today, I hereby certify to the school board that these seniors have successfully completed the requirements for graduation from District 196. I recommend they be granted diplomas. Seniors, Ms. Maren Benarat and Mr. Carter Starkey have been selected as name readers for the senior class. Maren and Carter, will you come forward to the podiums, please? I would ask the class to please come forward. You may all be seated except the first row. Thank you.
Morgan Ashley Hammernick.
Elizabeth Marie Duffy.
William David Hootmaker.
Kevin Yifwan Huang.
Claire Hope Nelson.
Emily Marilyn Hull.
Noah Jin Song Mattio.
Jason Dade Scheller.
Cynthia Shu Young Jo.
Marina Cecilia Navarro.
Ronak Rajandra Pandy.
Ayush Mayank Patel.
Julia MacDonald Sexton.
Elizabeth Grace Moon.
Matthew Peter Anderson Jr.
Miles C. Chambers.
Keely Kathleen Turney.
Annika Michelle Dean.
Jackson Allen Stokesbury.
Safwan Diwan.
Sarah Nicole Schuler.
Lauren Michelle Pross.
Muad Ahmed Mahamud.
Sorish Kundu.
Christopher Thomas Meadows.
Jenny Lee Rapuano.
Lilith Faye Allen.
Saksham Vashista.
Where's his name? Grant Joseph Davis.
Samuel Dawes Hauser.
Isabel Grace Hopewell.
Anna Catherine Duffy.
Matthew Bunya Soff.
Kevin Nicholas Carlson.
Maria Isabella Coughlin.
Malia Mai Horgan.
Austin Alex Kreck.
Riley William Kazukowicz.
Alyssa Annette Rader.
Erica Rose Broker.
Patrick Carl Grounds.
Nicholas Robert Corcoran.
Alexis Leigh Hilton.
Mary Catherine Dratz.
Garrison Michael Allen.
Marcus Devonte McGinley.
Tavi Sorn Long.
Kathleen Kwan.
Jacob Jeffrey Colminen.
Tyler Anselmo Martinez.
Mara Nicole Currens.
Grace Laura Howard.
Charlotte Ann Landmark.
Dylan Michael McGuire.
David Matthew Alseth.
Greta Ann Elliott.
Shaleka Garshakurti.
Ina Francesca Rojas.
Olivia Gilda Sell.
Graham Frierson Chandler Scott.
Kevin Karuthu Gathagira.
Michaela Danielle Hilgeman.
Bailey Patricia Swanson.
Nicholas Forrest Bailey.
Joseph Leo Roiger.
Kelsey Marie Schroberl.
Simone Aubrielle Johnson.
Jacob Stephen Harris.
Samuel Uluwasegan Adehoye.
Marissa Susan Shishao Amarangan.
Lauren Ray Thornton.
Ryan Patrick Meekin.
Manny Joseph Steele.
Rebecca Christine Lundquist.
Elise Margaret Elliott.
Ethan Charles Pearson.
Brandon Thomas Veen.
Emily Ann Zenner.
Maverick Joseph Headland.
Cody Preston Kotke.
Allison Lynn Wong.
Mimi Truck Deng.
Benjamin Daniel Kazemzak.
Angel Giovanni Rojas Vasquez.
Natalie Rose Abbott.
Carter J. Alano Ruth Tuardi.
Joseph Paul Gallus.
Madeline Joyce Leanne Nickel.
Olivia Rose Lorraine Bjorkland.
Nolan Mitchell Cronkite.
Aaron Michael Toiber.
Lauren Rose Smith.
Jonita Jatuzine.
Mason Edward Hart.
Stephen John Barber.
Adara Fern Kamarainen.
Elise Marie Cook.
Hannah Christine Aldernick.
Santiago Roberto Dahmer.
Jacob Colby Kuntz.
Nia Amani Ray Steele.
Natalia Isabel Martinez.
Nicholas James Foster.
Adam Timothy Kuntz.
Lindsay Lynn Cheddar.
Ellie Catherine Huseman.
Addison Grace Stern.
Mitchell J. Arvinson.
Eli David Donley.
Divya Mauli.
Josie May Larson.
Destiny S. Bupasavan La Chapelle.
Thane Daniel Stacegal.
Josh Park Cairns.
Hallie Jean Olson.
Ashley Eleanor Arend.
Jacob Michael Larson.
John Peter Lim.
Sarah Elizabeth Hemingway.
Jada Lee Johnson.
Samuel Miles Kusha Oliver.
Caden Rivers Keene.
Madison Rayana Drew.
Hannah Catherine Burns.
Charles Edwin Holloway.
Jack William Mason.
Rachel Sarah Turin.
Sarah Jean Gonzalez.
Maxim Andreevich Zegramelny.
Vincent James LeBaire.
JC Marie Borman.
Yulia Pan.
Daniel Mejia Paez.
Uma Barrett Parhar.
Armand David Zargarian.
John Henry Jones.
Jack David Bozart.
Adrian Jr. Mancera Mieja.
Dana Catherine Lervick.
Brittany Chino Coyin.
Ali Reza Asan.
Christopher John Skoog.
Grant Bradley Draper.
Sarah Kwansama Owens.
Anna Jo Adair.
Timothy James McNair.
Andrew Thomas Stour.
Nirupa Ganeshan.
Jennifer Rose Leonards.
Eric McShane Danner.
Joseph Earl Kruger.
Rachel Ann Norton.
Matilda Ryan Idell.
Bjorn Gunnar Jonas.
Andrew Joseph Wilson.
Kayla Lynn Paddock.
Lauren Isabel Ferg.
Christopher S. Lowe.
Indizar Hussein Ahmed.
Mason Lauren Harder.
Bronson Anthony Thomas.
John Michael Mead.
Jordan Renee Soliday.
Maria Guadalupe Estrada Santiago.
Nicholas Wagner Downs.
Bharti Devi.
Ainsley Grace Ditlefsen.
Claire Elizabeth Bolanek.
Matthew Paul Bergman.
Joseph Tyler Mao.
Ashley Lynn Larson.
Megan Ann Palmer.
Andrew Lawrence Woods.
Jonathan Samuel Ginther.
Isha Varma.
Emily Samira Gohar.
Ryan Robert Erickson.
Cameron Ryan Jung.
Grace Elizabeth Heinrich.
Keely Susan Ashton.
Jacob Richard Markowski.
Torianya Danielle Gray.
Katie Louise Billstrom.
Luke Jared Ishman.
Isaiah Nathaniel Milbank.
Arushi Sen.
Jaden Anthony Johnson.
Joshua Paul Werman.
Samantha Ann Leonard.
Jacob L. Wisser.
Louis Daniel Bowes.
Marguerite Amelie Laplante.
Michaela May Hager.
Ryan R. McNally.
Thomas Russell Forche.
Michaela Ann Hansen DeMartelaire.
Kaylin Marie Baez.
Dalton Michael Gruber.
Gavin Emmanuel Borges.
Julene Raven Jones.
Erica Rose Triplett.
Jessica Belen Sevilla Ramirez.
Darday Sun.
Christopher Diaz.
Madeline McCrae O'Brien.
Anna Marie Rose Paulenti.
Matthew Rayleigh Burgum.
Henry James Pagel.
Anne Olivia Jen Alexander.
Jordan Marie Collins.
Nuruddin Badel Asan.
Krister Stephen Anderson.
Olivia Beatrice Stair.
Ijoma Nina Ifani Chuku Ubwaja.
Megan Lynn Plashko.
Brooke Mariah Poplinski.
Isaac Lee Hofstad.
Mohammed Ahmed Mir.
Delilah Grace Gagne.
Abby Catherine Gebhardt.
Connor Patrick O'Leary.
Brett James Nelson.
Maya Jensen Hintermeister.
Olivia Yiye Daniels.
Michael John Ferlita.
Evan Kirby Dahlquist.
Kieran Samuel Smolik Gamboni.
Karina Maria Lozano.
Jacob Daniel Haley.
Brett Adam Heinlein.
Rylan Katie Steckley.
Madeline Victoria Rudolph.
Corey Nathan Gallagher.
Eric Paul Breckheisen.
Mary Selma Bowler.
Kushbu Gupta.
Soren Christopher Thrall.
Logan Michael Jolliffe.
Claire Adeline Bowler.
Perla Renata Lopez Cortez.
Cody Roger Smith.
Jonah Ty Mikla. Calvin Charles Garnes.
Timothy Wynn.
Ellen Audrey Pagoyas.
Sydney Elizabeth Julian.
Jared Liam Dansby.
Gavin C. Miller.
Sasha Bell Lyons. Jack Jeffrey Hilleschein. Natalie Larson.
Rebecca E. Edelstein.
Christopher Elliott James Jr.
Joseph Ryan Crum.
Jocelyn Marie Denke.
Emily Schrupp Bonine.
Andrew Thomas Mim.
Jackson Lauren Stavros.
Kinza Ahmed.
Eva Sereno Erickson.
Carter Jackson Lyons.
Gavin James Adams.
Greta K. Hansen.
Alyssa Paige Hennessy.
Nils Cole Peterson.
Armand Baksh.
Daisha Mashawn Randall.
Madeline K. Erickson.
Taylor Ann Purrington.
Daniel Gonzalez Picardo.
Lawrence Perry Volodarsky.
Emma Danielle Frazier.
Alina Azam.
Kylie Cheyenne Roush.
Rushil Chirayu Patel.
Nicholas Suvanasang.
Kayla Lene Clincy.
Hussefa Ahmed.
Colin Robert Moritz.
Keegan Harlan Joseph Johnson.
Kendall Grace Shermack.
Madison Dawn Bailey.
Christopher Alexander Hernandez.
Nicholas Olaf Olson.
Josephine Ernst George.
Hannah Morgan Erspalmer.
Dylan Scott Bailey.
Ethan David Hosh.
Delaney Evelyn Elizabeth Clayton.
Corinne Casey Severite.
Jackson Frederick Amon.
Nathan Harris Benusa.
Abagia Samuel Ayana.
Nathan John Lee.
Louis Edward Reichenbach.
Rochelle Stephanie Benusa.
Mukhtar Hush Warsami.
Jeremy Michael Thomas.
Nicole Jamie DeSuter.
Michael Patrick Beneke.
Jared Elijah Dawson.
Molly Malin Falstead.
Ashley Evelyn Luke.
Jackson Wilbert Baker.
Thomas Kirby Nolden.
Carly Brianna Young.
Austin Rose Malberg.
Grace Elizabeth Hanson.
Matthew Broderick.
Trent Kincaid Young.
Maria Sameh Helmi Iskander. Jacob Anthony Deloy.
Trong Vu.
Maya Hillerud.
Daniel Chihong Henderson. Isabella Marie Burmis.
Cullen Kenneth Meyer.
Matthew Lawrence Fye.
River Marie Griffith.
Asha Boru Horsha.
Hunter Finian Goff.
Andrew Robert Wick.
Aishwarya Cleo Jatan.
Molly Jean McGinn.
Megan Lee Randall. Parker John Wainio.
Trant Fisher Kotzenmacher.
Haley Joe Persons.
Kelly Maureen Johnson.
Robert Thomas Burke.
Jonathan Fletcher Henderson.
Sienna Joy Johnson.
Brooke Michelle Johnson.
Ethan Andrew Harms. Isabel Marie Manley.
Tanner James Witz.
Antoine Askew.
Angelica Renee Dominguez Gonzalez.
Nicole Marie Lorang.
Jackson Paul Lauman.
William M. Randall.
Riley Emma Stort.
Madison Lynn Kuzna.
Parker James Swanson.
Ryan Patrick Hurley.
Brooke Deborah Ruppy.
Zara Nurdin Mustafa.
Wyatt Anthony Clank.
Antonio Robert Romero Voyer.
Channa Annadelle Overland.
Ramon Ellis Carter.
Alex Harlan Prentice.
Allie Marie Jericho.
Taylor Ryan Elder.
Jacob Lewis Rutzik.
Bryn Mary Kemerainen.
Lauren Jean Pavic.
Jeremy Scott Schlichting.
Blake William Undum.
Abigail Danae Beckman.
Brianna Ray Buchan.
Derek Dean Virgin.
Grant Wells Wombold.
Amber Jean Cron.
Emily Lynn Placido.
Tyler Charles Mabes.
Thomas Julian Waltzer.
Anna Michelle Poquette.
Amanda Marie Meyer.
Nathan Andrew Willis.
Jacob Lawrence Amels.
Jenna Christine Yeager.
Avalon Christina Langley.
Wesley Michael Sprinthall.
Zachary Lewis Phillips.
Annabelle Kathleen Hammis.
Ashley Jenna Larson.
Colin Tishi Kehoe.
Mackenzie Carol Louise Mello.
Mackenzie Roberta Thrasher.
Cole James Sackmaster.
Kelsey Nan Mountain.
Morgan Ray McGrath.
Dalton Bennis.
Tyler A.J. Glidden.
Grace Ann Clunder.
Claire Therese Knudsen.
Joshua John Schumacher.
Jonah Martin Hurwitz.
Andrea Ruth McGrain.
Nora Rose McClune.
Samuel Colby Shepke.
Anas Rashid Ali.
Jasmine Jade Kennedy Booker.
Sarah Catherine McGill.
Noah David Scott.
Eduardo Reyes.
Emma Mary Kelgren.
Rosalind Victor.
Aiden Andrew Schmidt.
Jacob Kenneth Warner.
Lauren Anna Renee Johnson.
Leah Marie McCarthy.
Christian Adam Rosner.
Samuel John Richter.
Saul Yoreta.
Jordan Lee Glidden.
Dequa Hussein Mohammed.
Kelsey Deanna Skoog.
Nicholas Thomas Sherrick.
Jonah David Kruger Pellegrim.
Yvette Oseko.
Madison Caroline Miller.
Aaliyah May.
Zachary John Schaefbauer.
Matthew Bradley Simonson.
Abigail Grace McKenzie.
Lauren Elizabeth Williams.
Axel Jacob Anderson.
Dalton Patrick Hunstad.
Crystal L. Ramirez.
Gracie Leanne McNichol.
Jackson Stephen Simon.
Kayla Nicole Monson.
Sarah Michelle Morin.
Chloe Elizabeth Miller.
Tyler David Hawes.
Ariana Renee Harris Brown.
Hannah Marie Lampkin.
Carter Jacob Sims.
J. Francis Siljan.
Grace Marietta Remmel.
Sarah Farhan Mohammed.
V. Con Wynn.
Claire Victoria Myers.
Caitlin Ann Rufy.
Olivia Rose Hilger.
Elizabeth Grace Norton.
Samantha Lynn Mulvihill.
Emily Elizabeth Ruta.
Anusha Sharma.
Maggie Jo Murphy.
McKinley Irene Surbert.
Cynthia Rosas.
Peyton Alexis Rude.
Sydney Ann Virgin.
Caroline Louise Wallace.
Amanda Catherine Rosser.
Kira Ray Rannard.
Lindsay Christine Newman.
Victoria Traman Wynn.
Emma Elizabeth Redlin.
Ireland Agnes Dawood.
Aaliyah Erica Rosenblum.
Margaret Ann Warnicki.
Kathy Tu Trom Wynn.
Jessica Lauren Van Wyk.
Rabia Shaw Dean.
Abby Lynn Nepstead.
Grace Marie Schoberg.
Lauren Christina Slaywin.
Grace Ann Seidel.
Kayla Rose Chaput.
Erica Michelle Bovey.
Chelsea Gwen Benitez Silva.
Malin Malia Lyon.
Rachel Natalia Haugland.
Bryn Olivia Anderson.
Nicole Jacqueline Schauman. Tia Renee Whedon. Jacqueline Serrata. Veronica J. Gilbert. Marin May Benarat.
Carter Henry Starkey.
Let's give another hand to our name readers. Didn't they do a great job? And now, congratulations, class of 2019.